Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome aboard if you are new, and welcome back to Nomad Drive. So, obviously, I kind of got as much done as I could, I think, in the demo, because, well, it's a demo. It's very limited, but I've been wanting to play, and I've been waiting for the full version to come out, but which is supposed to be out this week, or not this week, but this month, I believe. And it's not out quite yet, so I thought maybe I would do something else instead. And I've been trying to think of different things I can do to play the game, right? You know, different challenges or something. I think right now what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to see how far I can get in an hour. As you can see, I've got a timer up there in the corner. So if things do get a little slow, I might just put some cuts in for the basic boring driving parts, and then that way still be able to keep track of where things are going. So we're going to go ahead and start that timer now that things are explained, and we are going to see how far I can get in an hour. What the? Okay. Oh wow, they must have updated it. They put it out here with nothing. Oh yeah, they've got a build your first RV thing. Okay, so I guess we're exploring the game a bit more now, because before it was sitting in the garage with some of the parts in it, I believe, but now we have to build it as fast as we can. So we've got an hour to build this and get as far as we can. So stops are going to be only primary if I need something like fuel or water or food. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time going around looting places. The main goal is to just not sit on the floor, but instead get as far as I can, as quick as I can. So we're just going to put that away for now. I hadn't expected to do all these extra steps. I thought we'd get into it a bit quicker, but here we are. This will be more accurate to the actual game. So, and I see that they've obviously been working on some things, which is nice. I'm really looking forward to giving this a try when the full version comes out. I don't know if they're planning on it being a full 1.0 release, or whether they're going to go from demo into early access. So we will see. If they do go full release, I'm really hoping that they, added a lot more to the game. I mean, obviously it's a demo. It's going to be very limited to begin with. So I don't think we want to worry too much about what we can see right now, because that's going to obviously change once this goes full version, hopefully sometime this month. So I guess we get to see speed running the hippie van building. I'm not going to worry about getting all the parts on it. I just want to get it functional. Alright, we got our tires. We're still missing some parts. There we go. There's our handbrake. We won't need that. And the hot plate, I guess we'll take. I don't want to have to cook food, but you never know what might happen. And a spare battery. If I can fit it in here somewhere, whatever. Anything there? Nope. Oh. I want this. Okay. Get as much water in this radiator as we can. If I remember correctly, it tends to burn through water in the radiator faster than it burns through fuel in the fuel tank. So we're not going to be clean about this. I'm going to have to fight my tendency to make everything tidy and organized, because we're going for speed and distance this time. So that's probably going to be my biggest struggle. Is just making sure that I don't get distracted trying to keep things too organized. Grab a snack for later. Our battery. Okay, let's get out of here. Alright, we are off. Where is the road? There it is. Alright, now tradition in these games would say you want to keep the light posts on the right hand side of the vehicle, so we're going to go opposite that. And we're going to see if it still counts our miles, because I know we had a... Yeah, there we go, right down here in the center of the speedometer. So hopefully this will be counting our distance. It looks like we're in kilometers per hour, so we will be going in kilometers today. The seat position seems a bit better also. I can see my gauges better. Looks like we've got about half a tank of fuel. Making some good speed now. Almost up to 90. Alright, so we're just going to cruise along here. We will have to hit probably the first couple stops at least to grab some supplies, but supplies have been pretty plentiful in this game in the past, so I'm thinking I'm not going to have trouble with fuel and water for the van. There aren't really any settings for it in the demo. I assume there are going to be some sort of difficulty settings in the full game, but we shall see. I'm still waiting for the release. Oh, bit of a lag spike there. We'll just do a very unsick 360. We got a bus stop here. I don't think we're going to stop at this unless we see something that is particularly useful. Spare tire. Could be, but we'll leave it for now. So I am just going to apologize in advance if this is a boring video, but I wanted to play this game some more, and other people seem to like it as well, so I wanted to give it a bit more love in the demo while we wait for the full version. Let's see, we've got a watchtower here. I think we're going to skip that. Those tend to have food and stuff like that inside them, because we're again going for distance. We're up to 3 kilometers now, so it might actually incentivize me to push it and not stop at every stop and make sure that I'm full of fuel, because every time I stop that's gonna slow me down. How are we doing? We got 52 minutes, so we've been going about 7.5 minutes now. Not bad. We're definitely flying. Oh, another lag spike there. Definitely use a bit more optimization, but again, it's a demo. This might all be fixed in the full version, and I don't see them having a whole lot of reason to keep updating the demo before the full version's out. We got a house up here. We're going to stop here because this might have a fuel can and some water. Oh, I don't have any headlights. That's not good. Hopefully we can find somewhere we stop. Quick here. Let's grab this. I should have parked differently. We got a license plate. Bucket of water. We'll grab this spare tire. Or 2. And if I remember right, yep, we can stick these on the side. Perfect. Gotta be quick. A bucket of water we'll take so we can refill our water jug. Drink some. There we go. Come on, gotta be quick. Gotta go fast. Alright, bucket gone. Alright, what do we got? Engine repair kit we want. I don't know if we'll be driving long enough to need to repair our engine, but with the constant going, we might. Flashlight we'll take. I don't see anything else here that we need. There's some food, but we'll be okay, I think. Let me put that right there. That would be cool. And we'll leave the steak for now because we don't want to waste time cooking. Although I could probably do that while driving. We'll see. Alright. Yep, no headlights. Not good. You know, we could drive with the cabin light on, but... Alright, here we go. How are we doing? 5 kilometers in about 10 minutes, including the start. We're just gonna cruise on through the night here. I think this would be a really bad time to have a lag spike. Road is quite windy. Okay, we got another stop up here, but it's one of the big ones. I don't know if I want to stop there. How are we doing? Oh, we're almost down to a quarter tank of fuel already. I think we're gonna have to. I didn't realize I was going through fuel so quickly, but again, I also am not used to just booking it through this game. I'm used to taking my time. Alright. And we'll leave that running. Well, actually, we probably shouldn't. Okay. I'm already wasting time I shouldn't be. Grab this crate, we'll run up here. See if we can find... we're alright on water for now. What is this? Tire repair kit we'll take. That could be useful. Keep going. I don't think there's anything on the roof, is there? No, not really. I can't remember if there's fall damage, and I don't think I want to test it. I have a feeling there probably is. Come on, let me down the stairs. Kinda hard to see the way they make him hold the box in front of his face. Not quite how I carry things, but you know, to each their own. 47 minutes. Oh, that's a compass. I don't need a compass. Compass. Alright, what do we got? Nice, fuel. Just what we needed. Give me that orange. We'll eat that. We're fine there. We'll grab some food. If we gather it now, we don't have to later. Eat that apple. Stick that in. Just go. Anything else in here? No. Okay. Let's move. Oh, that is a great place for me to put that fuel can. I is smart. There we go. We'll just put it in placement mode and zoom it out. That works. Just put it down. Right, let's get this in here and then we'll get moving again. Probably check the water also. Come on, fill her up. Alright. Yep, burning through that water way too quick. Let's top ourselves up here. We do have the water bottle, but that's our emergency water. Alright. There we go. Let's get a move on. How are my tires? 83, 91, 82. Okay, tires are good. Battery's good. Engine's good. Come on. We got places to be, my man. And we're only at 6 kilometers. That's not good for 15 minutes. I feel like I'm back in Melbourne trying to drive to work or something. You get those days where traffic's really bad and it takes, 45 minutes or an hour to drive 6 kilometers. Quicker to just take the bus or the train or walk. Well, not the bus, but you know what I mean. Alright, how are we doing? Yeah, getting this baby rolling now. Temp's good. We got over a half a tank of fuel again. We got 7 kilometers and climbing. I think right now the only thing I need to stop for is fuel and water. So I'll have to keep an eye on the temperature. And we need probably a couple more spare tires because eventually these are going to stop working and wear out. And I may not be able to repair them all. Alright, let's see. We've got some cargo containers here. Those usually have some pretty cool stuff in them, but not much in the way of vehicle stuff, I don't think. It's usually housewares and food. So I think we'll just keep cruising. And apparently wreck. Because I think driving really fast off-road ruins your tires. I've had the tires on the RV blow out just going off-road too fast when I was going to a stop. Oh, it looks like we might have a gas station up here. Might be our lucky day. Because if we can fill this up, then we'll be able to drive for quite a while before we run out. So this may be our last stop for a little bit. What are we at? 42 minutes? Not bad, not bad. Oh, there's an RV there too. That's sad. I love the RVs, but too slow for this purpose. Gas station's kind of facing a weird way. Okay, good. My tires didn't fall off. Let's make this quick. Hopefully. What do you got? You got not a lot, but enough. Enough to fill it up. And then we'll put the rest in our can. Nice. And then we'll... This way we don't have to worry about stopping or anything. We can just... If we need to get out and fill up, we can just do it without having to find a spot to do it at. Kind of in an emergency. Alright, we got a couple more tires now. So that should be sufficient for our spares for now. Alright, and nice water. How much we got? Ooh, looked like we had a decent amount in there. Why am I doing that? There we go. Be smart about it, not stupid. Don't care about any of that stuff. Engine repair kit will take. Take a quick peek around here, make sure there isn't anything we need. Oh, check in here, just a table. Alright, what do we got? We got battery charger we'll definitely want. You know what? We don't need that. That just wastes time. Let's eat some food. Oh, coffee would be nice. But I don't want to waste the time making it. Alright. We're good. I think. Alright, there we go. Now we have a full tank of fuel. And our water's full. Let's see how far we can get. We are at just hitting 40 minutes. Alright, we are all geared up and ready, so let's get rolling on this road trip. Kind of road trip style. We'll do it here in the cabin. Actually, I do want to pause for 1 second. I want to see if there's a key to hide the UI. Does not appear that there is. Too bad. Alright, looks like we're keeping a pace. It's a decent amount over 100 kilometers an hour now. So if we can keep this up without blowing this thing up, we might be able to get a decent distance. Because we do have another 15 liters of fuel in the back. And then if I see a gas station, I might stop there because those transfer fuel very quickly, so that's going to be the most efficient way to fuel up, I think. So we'll stop and top up when we see gas stations, but other than that, we're just going to keep on flying. The handling in this is much better than it is in games. I've noticed it seems like maybe it's improved with updates, but the handling is much better in this than it is in the other games like this, like Drive Beyond Horizons. I love that game, but man, trying to get the cars to stay on the road or to handle right it was hard in the first place, and now that they've added all the different ways you can change the suspension geometry and the wheelbase and stuff, it's unpleasant. And then another game I play on, or have played on the channel in the past, we got a radio station, we'll skip that one, was a car dealer simulator, and I really like that game. It's just started out as kind of a cozy little sim where you build your car dealership and you start out working on cars and fixing them and selling them, and then you eventually hire staff and it turns more into a management game. But the driving was never a big thing in the game because it was pretty much just how you got to from point A to point B. You drive your tow truck to pick up other vehicles that you purchased, or you'd be driving to buy car parts or whatever. Nothing crazy. So the driving was very, very arcadey and basic, and the physics were crazy. And instead of expanding on the base game, they decided to add a street racing DLC, and it's just, I see that they're trying to add more content, but it feels like they're directionless. Like they've got all these ideas of things they want to do, but it's pulling the game in different directions. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this, but the driving alone is already promising. It's much more comfortable, even with the keyboard. I could get the controller out probably, but I'm quite happy just using the keyboard for driving, and even in first person, it's nice. Going 120 kilometers an hour on this road, as long as I stay on the road, it's all good. Speaking of which, staying on the road. All right, we got a lookout tower. We're fine there. Our heat and fuel are fine still, so we're gonna keep on going. We're down to 35 minutes, but now that we got everything set up, we're making good time. Or I suppose we're making good distance. We're racing against time. I'm glad to see that I can be a weirdo and keep the poles on my left and still find stops. It seems like the house is just kind of a center point and you can go either direction, which is nice. Adds a bit of variety, and I mean, plus it's procedurally generated, so. Unfortunately, the world itself is a little bland, but from what I have heard in comments is that the full version of the game is going to have different areas and like possibly different biomes, I think, kind of deal, so we shall see. And I lost a bit of speed when I had to hit the brakes for that turn. Got a house up here, we're alright. Although it would be nice to find some headlights. I probably should have looked around home a bit more, but it's also possible that they're not providing all the parts anymore. I was in too much of a hurry and not really paying enough attention to see if there were any headlights in there, so I'm sure I'll see when I go back to edit the footage that there are headlights all over the place and I was just not paying attention to them or something. Alright, we're about to hit a small milestone, I suppose. As you can see down there, we are at 19 kilometers. We've been there for a little bit, so it should tick over to 20 here anytime now. There we go, 20 kilometers. We are at 33 minutes left. So we're about halfway there. Oh, that looks like a gas station or a diner maybe. And the engine's starting to heat up some, so we probably need to add some water. So we're gonna stop here. We'll top up with gas and water. Make sure everything's okay. And then we'll keep on rolling. Oh, we burnt through a bit, but not too much. I don't think fuel is going to be an issue. Alright, we're good on that. Water. We'll grab. Let's see how our radiator's doing. Yeah, drank almost 5 liters already. Top that up. Top ourselves up. Alright. Now we're just gonna... No, I need just some food, yes. We'll just get filled up while we're here. All good, all good. All right, see if there's anything in here we need. No, just another table. I think we're okay with everything else. Let's check our tires real quick. 70, 90, 80, fine. Engine, pretty warm. We may need to let it cool down here. We will keep an eye on it. No, break off, please. There we go. Alright, so far staying alive hasn't been too much trouble. I'm sure some difficulty settings in the future will fix that. Alright, so we are about down to half an hour left, and we've gone just over 20 kilometers. Not counting the start time, I think I want to shoot for hitting at least 50. I think we can do that. That would give us an average of 50 kilometers an hour. And we're going, almost double that during normal travel times, so we'll probably do better than that, but we'll see how things go. I don't know. The tires are still well over 50%, so I don't think we're going to have to change our tires before the first hour is over, unless we do something that damages them a lot. I think things like hitting the brakes and locking them up can cause damage. Oh, the hill popped up. In the distance, it looked like an ocean, just with the way the sky was meeting the horizon of the land. So, I realized I haven't been very quiet even during the quiet parts of this. So, you know what, we'll consider this a nice, Monday cruise together through the deserts of nowhere. And we'll just hang out, like a real road trip. We'll just drive and chat. So yeah, are you waiting for this game to come out of full version also? Did you play the demo? If you did, let me know what you think about it. I tend to not follow development of games too much because a lot of times, you'll see roadmaps and timelines and stuff, and things never go according to plan, or very rarely go according to plan. So I prefer to just, instead of reading in advance and getting my hopes up for certain things, I find it easier for me to just play the game when it comes out and see how I feel about it, and then go from there. So I don't follow the development a whole lot. I don't know what they've got planned for the full version, so we'll see. I'm hoping for more vehicles, more parts, more stops, terrain variety, maybe a bit more optimization than the demo has, but we'll see. I mean, so far it already runs smoother than Drive Beyond Horizons does, but Drive Beyond Horizons also has a lot more stuff in the game than the demo has for this in it at the current moment, so we'll see how it runs when the full version comes out, which I'm hoping is soon. It's supposed to be this month. Today is the 3rd of August as I am recording this, and I'll probably release it today also if I get time to edit it. I don't think I'm actually going to do a whole lot of editing on this one. Maybe I'll just leave it as a nice 1-hour road trip cruise. That sounds like a good idea, actually. And I'm not saying that to get out of editing. I mean, editing these kind of videos is a fairly simple process. I don't like using a lot of the whole... I'll toss in some memes every once in a while, but I don't like to do the whole, Vine Boom sound effects every time. You get some of the people, especially some streamers, where they just, they're constantly mashing that button, and just, for me personally, it's really distracting. But, so, I'll throw in a meme every once in a while if I think it's suitable for the situation, but I'm not going to drown my content in them. And it's the same with cuts. I mean, if you don't already know, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not, in my 20s or, early 30s or anything. I'm not old, but I'm not a kid either anymore. So I'm from the old school YouTube days when people had longer videos and, it was okay to have a video that was more than 5 minutes. Whereas now, long form videos are kind of frowned upon by a lot of, I don't know what to call them. I guess not necessarily content creators specifically, but if you go looking for, tips on content creation, say, a lot of people say to keep your content under 15 minutes or whatever, or within a certain time frame, because when you get over a certain time frame, obviously people don't have an endless amount of time in their day. Not everyone has an hour to sit down for a Nomad Drive road trip, so I definitely get that. I don't always have that much time, but those are the kind of videos I like when I have the option. So that's what I like making. So that's what I'm doing. I really enjoy long form content, longer videos. A lot of the other content creators that I watch on YouTube, it's, they do shorter videos sometimes, but a lot of it is, half hour plus. All right, we got a gas station up here, I think. How are we doing on fuel? Oh, we're still fine on fuel. We're going to keep going. We are getting a bit warm, though. I think it might be overheating a bit. We might have to stop and shut it off. Yeah, it's slowing down now. Dang it, I should have stopped at the gas station. It should cool down fairly quickly, though. So what we will do is we will take this time to top up our radiator. Top up our fuel with what we got in our can. It's going to lag a bit there, but that's okay. We gotta wait for the engine to cool anyways. So this will be a good opportunity for personal maintenance. We'll eat some soup. We'll just drink out of this. This is the one that's easy to refill. Okay, I need to clean stuff up a little bit just so I'm not wasting time constantly trying to move stuff about. Come on, man. We're in a hurry. Oh, well, actually, we've got to wait for that. Okay, we are cool. Let's go. There we go. Alright, we are at 30 kilometers with 23 minutes left. Yeah, there we go. We're actually picking up speed now that we're not overheating all crazy. Not much speed, but some. Yeah, speaking on the length of content, let me know down in the comments if you're still watching this. You're obviously a fan of longer form content, or you're bored, or maybe you just find that my voice is good for falling asleep to, and you put it on in the background. But either way, let me know down in the comments what you prefer. I mean, do you prefer longer form content or shorter form? Because I can make shorter things. I find that I enjoy these types of videos, and there are other people out there that do, although not so numerous. So I would like to share that with them. I have spent many years consuming content on YouTube, and I've always gravitated towards the long form content, unless it's something specific like a guide, or something where the length is kind of you would have to pad it out a lot to make it longer, so there's no point. But videos like this, I'm just gonna drive on and babble. I guess I might as well start streaming again, because as quiet as I seem to be in normal life, once I get talking on here, it seems that anything short of a disaster in the game I'm playing can't get me to shut up. So we're gonna roll with it. What do we got? Some cargo containers. We're gonna keep on going. Got plenty of fuel. Yeah, see, the horizon looks like ocean. I feel like I'm out on the dunes, heading to the beach. Oh, no, 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 no. No, we don't have time for accidents. I got my tires? Okay, I got my tires. Oh, and we gotta start uphill. Not good. Come on, hippie van, you can do it. At this rate, we might not even make 50 kilometers. Alright, let's see if we can get some of that speed back. Apparently not. We are going to continue heading directly uphill. There we go. That'll help us some. Alright, we are under 20 minutes left, and we are at 35 kilometers. Let's keep on booking it. I'm gonna try and drive this like a race now, I guess. Gotta try and hit our apexes. Although the way this is sliding around, it's more like a rally or something. That's another game I'd really like to play is Forza, but honestly I don't know if my PC can handle it. And I would really, really want a wheel and pedals for that instead of just a controller. I think that's the kind of game where you gotta have it, like with the DCS and stuff that I play. Like, I don't know if I could go back to playing games like that with a mouse and keyboard after having a decent throttle and stick. How are we doing? Okay. Temperature is alright for now. Fuel's okay. Let's just book it. We're going over 120 now. The main goal is just keep it on the road. This thing does like to drift. Probably not good on the tires though. We will have to stop at some point and probably check those one more time, because I think going off-road can damage them if you're going too fast. I know if you go over bumps too hard, they can fall off. That's definitely not something we want to happen here. Some cargo containers up here. We're going to slow down a little bit. This is a bit windy here. And we're making really, really good distance. I don't want to risk flying off the road. We are probably going to have to stop and let this cool down again though here soon. Running it at full throttle constantly is, well, not great for the temperature. Especially when the radiator is mounted horizontally in the back of the vehicle. That was a weird little graphic hiccup there. I don't know if you saw that or if the recording picked it up. Kind of like I teleported for a second or something. Oh, not good. Let's just cut through here. Alright. Good recovery, good recovery. Gotta be able to think on the spot and decide to not try and correct and run into the pole, but instead just take the slightly rougher route that is straight until you get back on the road. Oh, we got more big buildings up here. How are we doing on temperature? We're still alright on temperature. I think I'd like to wait for a gas station, I think, if I can. What are we at? 16 minutes? Yeah, we probably have enough fuel for that, but I don't know for sure, so. We do have some in the can in the back still, I think. Or did we empty that? Maybe we emptied that. Regardless, we've still got 3/4 of a tank of fuel, so I think we'll be okay for now. Oh, that was a drifty corner. You know, this van drifts really well once you get it going. If you're gentle with it, it just glides nice and smooth around the corners. Just give it a little flick there, and too much. Whee! Okay, I kept my tires. That's alright. I was bound to make a decision that would cause me to lose time anyways. At least it was here and undamaging. We are getting pretty warm though. I think we're just about to the limit of where we're going to start overheating. Yeah, we're struggling to accelerate now. See if we can get to the top of this hill. I really want to stop somewhere useful like a gas station, not just out in the middle of nowhere, but... And another hiccup. What are we at? 14 minutes. Thought I heard a sound. Probably this overheating. Do we have any stops in sight? Okay, we got... Oh, maybe a gas station up here. Cool. Now, the brakes definitely need some work because you tap them and they lock up. Alright, here we go. Let's make this quick-ish. We do have to give the engine time to cool. Oh, a lot of taillight. How are our tires doing? Just fine, okay. No water jug here, though. Revive kit, med kit. There's no food here either. I mean, we'll take the milk. Run around the back here. Maybe we'll see something back here. Or maybe not. We got 12 minutes. We are running low on time. No water. Okay. We're just gonna have to go for it with what we got. Should be plenty. Alright, let's get going. We're at 44, we've got 12 minutes. Hopefully we can hit 50. Although it seems like for the amount of time that I've gone over 100 kilometers an hour, I should have gone a bit further, but I did also make a few stops along the way. So I'm going to see how far I can get. And then, you know, if you're playing the demo also, give it a try. See how far you can get in an hour and let me know down in the comments. I'm sure my time will be easy to beat. I spent, well, too much time messing around, and I stopped and got fuel when I really didn't need to. So there's definitely room for improvement. If we can keep this pace up, I think we can do it. I mean, obviously we should be able to do it, but that largely depends on whether I can stay on the road for the next 10 minutes or not. And we've only had to stop specifically to cool down twice, so we should be okay for this next 10 minutes, I hope. There we go, just let off the gas instead of hitting the brakes. The brakes are trouble, forget they exist. Unless you need to slow down quickly, of course. But it does take this thing quite a while to get up to speed, so you obviously don't want to sacrifice any speed you don't have to. Hello, radio tower. Goodbye, radio tower. Oh yeah, we're gonna hit 50 no problem as long as nothing terrible happens. We're already up to 48. We've still got 9 minutes left. There we go. Get that speed up there. Now we're in self-deleting territory if I run into a pole. Got a windy bit here. Let's see if we can drift it out. Kinda nice. Not as windy as I thought. I thought we had a bit of a heftier S-curve there, but that's okay. 49, we're almost to 50. That was my my primary goal, was to hit 50, and then anything beyond that's bonus for me, I think. It has been obviously a while since I played this. Since my last video, really. I mean, there's only so much to do in a demo, of course. But if you can think of any challenges or anything you want me to try on here, maybe I'll just drive, I'll pick a path perpendicular to the road and just drive out into the desert and see how long I can survive out in the middle of nowhere, who knows. If you can think of any challenges you want to see me do, let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to give them a try. There we go, we're over 50 now, we've hit 51. Over 7 minutes left. We're just going to keep cruising and see how much we can stack up. I have a title to defend now, after all. Oh, not good. Nope. Oh, bugger. Okay, well, that's why we brought extras. Fixed. Anyways, we'll pretend that didn't happen. So much for a title to defend. We got 6.5 minutes left. You know what? I'll just leave this as it is. We'll have it as a nice road trip, and we'll see how this video does as a longer form video. Maybe people like just kind of chilling to the sound of a hippie van cruising in the endless desert. That is one thing you definitely have to keep in mind if you're doing something like this. It is really easy to kind of just get into a sort of a zone, and it's very easy to get distracted by something like a weird shaped rock, and then all of a sudden you're eating a light post. So be careful. Wear your seatbelt that you don't have in this. Oh, unpleasant, unpleasant. Really? What is it this time? How many tires? Really? Did all the tires just decide to fall off at once? See, that's a bit ridiculous. You go over one bump a little too hard and all of a sudden all your tires fall off. Or explode and get destroyed. Fortunately, we had spares so we can keep going. I really didn't want to have to do the last 5 minutes on foot. But that's just what I was talking about. It's really easy to get into a sort of groove and then something happens and you're off the road and your tires are half a kilometer behind you. Glad I grabbed all those extras though. Not so glad I needed to use them, because I could have done this entire thing on one set of tires, I'm sure. And we're starting to get hot again. So we probably will have to stop one more time. But we'll do it on top of the hill. That way we can get the momentum going down for the acceleration. If we can get to the top of a hill before this overheats. This looks like a good spot. Come on, we don't have much time. Three minutes. Grab a snack. Okay, yep, that cooled down enough. Not all the way, but enough. Watch, now I'll run the battery dead. Alright. Just under 3 minutes, we are at 55. Looks like we're not going to hit 60. But we'll get as close as we can. It's a nice night out. Nice night for a cruise. I love driving on nights like this. Especially if you're somewhere out in the middle of nowhere where there aren't a bunch of people and there's not a bunch of traffic and you can just cruise and enjoy it. Very good experience. If you haven't done it, I recommend it. Safely, of course. Don't do anything stupid. Then you'll end up like me. A lot of people want to be a YouTuber. Nobody wants to be the unknown YouTuber, so don't do stupid things. We're at 57. Minute and a half left. Let's keep going. Come on, baby. We might, for quick, we might be able to make 60. Oh, but not with a bunch of turns like that. Those are the ones I kill myself on. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was just me getting thirsty. That's okay. Oh, that was close. Lost a lot of speed on that turn, though. We're not even to 59 yet. Oh, we just hit 59. Yeah. You know, even though I'm going nearly 120, I don't think we're going to make that last kilometer in 30 seconds. And I don't know if the odometer counts it in straight line distance from point A to point B, or if it's, you know, counting every little twist and turn I take, and it's just, you know, your actual driven distance. Oh, we hit 60, and we are out of time. Hopefully I didn't go too far over the counter. I'll have to check it in editing and see if we actually hit 60 or not. But there we have it. We hit 59 or 60 kilometers in an hour with maybe a couple too many stops and a few accidents. But, you know, we didn't do too bad in the end. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you have any ideas for challenges for me or anything like that, let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed this little, I don't know, evening cruise into nowhere. And until next time, take care, be safe, and I will see you later.